Everyone, welcome to the channel. So in this video I'm going to show you how to create a tin using a LIDAR data and converting to a raster in ArcGIS and visualizing in ArcScene. So now let's get started. So now here in the table of contents section you can able to visualize we have our point data. So basically we're going to use this point data to turn it into a tin model, and then we will create a raster from the tin, and we will load it up in the ArcScene to visualize in 3D. And now let me explain about the LIDAR. So LIDAR is a light detection and ranging. So the LIDAR data is a remote sensing technology that uses a laser pulse to measure the distance to the Earth's surface. So in GIS, the LIDAR data provides a high accurate and detailed information about the terrain, vegetation, building and other features of the Earth's surface. So the data acquisition, the LIDAR data is acquired using an airborne or terrestrial laser scanning system mounted on an aircraft, helicopter, drones or the ground-based platforms. So this system emits a laser pulse towards the ground, and the time taken for the laser pulse to return to the sensors is used to calculate the distance to the Earth's surface. The data characteristics. The LIDAR data typically consists of three-dimensional point cloud, where each point represents a precise location on the Earth's surface along with its elevation. Each point in the point cloud is called the LIDAR return, and its association with intensity value that represents the reflectivity of the surface. So the LIDAR data has a very high accuracy and resolution. So these are the various applications of the LIDAR data: the terrain analysis, flood mapping, urban planning, vegetation mapping and transportation plannings. So what is a TIN? A TIN stands for Triangulated Irregular Network. It is a digital elevation model commonly used in GIS for representing the terrain surfaces. So basically the TIN data represents the terrain surfaces using a network of non-overlapping triangles. These triangles are irregularly spaced and connect a set of known points, typically representing the elevation measurement taken from the ground surface. The triangle connectivity. Each triangle in the TIN connects three sample points, forming a network of interconnected triangles that covers an entire terrain surfaces. The connectivity of the triangles ensures a continuous representation of the terrain. So the TIN data provides us a versatile and effective means of representing the terrain surfaces in GIS and offering an invaluable into landscape characteristics and supporting a wide range of spatial analysis application. So now let me get back to my ArcGIS here. So now let's create a TIN using this data set here. That is our point data. So now let's create our TIN using our point data. So for that we're going to navigate to this option called search section here. So in the search section we're going to type as create TIN. So now here you can able to visualize I've entered as created. Now click the search bar here. So now click this option called create a TIN 3D analyst tool. So now here we're going to click this tool called create a TIN in 3D analyst. So you can either navigate to using your search option here, or you can go to this option called Arc Toolbox section. In that we're going to navigate to this tool called 3D Analyst tool. In that navigate to data management and TIN and click this tool called create a TIN. So now here you can able to visualize this is our create TIN tool here. And one more thing, you have to make sure that you have turned on your the 3D analyst extension. So for that we're going to navigate to this option here, the customize. In that we're going to click this option called extensions. So make sure that you have turned on the 3D analyst extension. So I have turned it on here. So let me close this. So now choose your output file location where you could like to save your TIN. So let me choose my output file location here. So now I have entered the name as TIN here. So click save, and now choose your input feature. So let me select the LIDAR data point data as my input feature class here. So here in the you can able to view here. So in the height field it automatically set to the shape Z value here. So it won't always do that. It don't always be set shape dot Z value, because this LIDAR point has a Z enabled. That is, it has X, Y and Z coordinates. This point data has a X, Y and Z coordinates. So it automatically set to the shape Z field here. So if I didn't have that, if I instead had an attribute that was the z value. So in that case, I could like to I could need to select the height from here, from this particular field here, and tell it that that is a field that contains the elevation values. So once you did that, so leave it the coordinate system as a default here, and we're gonna click OK. So now we have our tin layer here. You can able to visualize it. So able to view that. So this is the tin layer here, generated using our LIDAR point data. So overlying is our point data here. So now let me turn off this point data here, and let me zoom it to our tin layer, so you can able to view that. So it takes some time to throw all the data together here. And now you can able to visualize it. So out of this we get a full terrain model here. You can able to see that. So now you can able to visualize the elevation based on the color here. So highest level of elevation being observed in this set of colors, and the lowest level of elevation be observed in this set of colors here. And now let me zoom into this part of the study region here. So I'm going to use the zoom tool here. So let me zoom to this part of the study region here. So you can able to visualize here. When I zoom into the spot, I can see all the triangles in my tin here. You can able to see that. So I can actually see that this is really made up of tons of tiny looking triangles here. And I want to show you one more thing here. Suppose if you could like to create a thesis polygons, or the Thesan polygons, or the Voronoi polygons. So for that, we're gonna navigate to a search section here, and let me enter as a Thesan, create Thesan polygon. Let me enter that, and I've entered as create Thesan polygon. Now click enter search here. So let me click this result, create Thesan polygon. So I could like to run this tool and overlay them to see that the tin do in fact just cross the Thesan polygon boundaries. So now we're gonna input feature will be the LIDAR point data here, and choose the output location. So once you did that, we're gonna click save here, and click OK. So now let's convert this tin to a raster. So for that, we can navigate to this option here, search section here, and we're gonna enter as tin to raster. So now I have entered as tin to raster. Click search bar here. So now there is a tool for that. So tin to raster 3D analyst, and now let me click this tool here. So this is our tin to raster tool here. We're gonna input our tin layer here. So once you inserted our tin layer here, we're gonna choose your output file location here. So I've entered as tin to raster and click save here. So the output data type will be float, and the method will be linear, and leave the rest of the thing as the default. And now I will click OK. So now here we got the result here. So tin to raster. So when it's done, we get a raster covering our area of interest here. And now let me zoom to the layer here, zoom to layer. So now let me turn off my tin data here. You can able to view our. So now here you can able to view a complete terrain model for the area that we just made a tin for. So I could have set the cell size too, but I left as a default here. Let me turn off my tin layer here. So we could potentially create a higher resolution tin. So we have created a terrain model using a point data in such a short amount of time by creating a tin and then creating the raster out of it. So the last thing I want to do is to bring up our 3D analysis toolbar here. So for that, we're gonna navigate to this empty area, right click, and we're gonna click the 3D analyst tool here. So now here you can able to visualize our 3D analyst here. We're gonna click this option here. In that, we're gonna click this option called ArcScene. Let me click this. So now we are opening ArcScene. So we can use ArcScene to visualize the 3D information in 3 dimension. So currently we are visualized in 2D. So now we can actually load it up in 3D. So now we're gonna add our tin data. There is our tin data into our ArcScene. So now let me go back to ArcScene here. So now let me add a data. To add the data, we had to navigate to this option, add data here. Navigate to your folder location where you have stored your tin data here. So I have stored my tin data here. So let me click this. So I have clicked the tin and click this option called add. So it's loading up our tin data into ArcScene here. So now here you can able to visualize. So this is our tin data here. So in 3D you can able to visualize the 3D information in 3-dimensional using ArcScene here. So now you can able to notice here there is an option called navigate. So we're gonna click this, and using navigate tool you can just move around the entire model just by holding your left click your mouse and drag the model to view in the different axis or different aspects of this model here. So using this tool you can able to explore the terrain surfaces. So you can see that. So other important thing I want to mention is the ArcScene has a sense for elevation surfaces. So if I make this elevation surfaces by going to the property of this particular layer, right click, go to the option called property here. In that we're going to navigate to this option called base height. So here you can able to observe here elevation from surfaces. So it is currently in floating on custom surfaces. So what it did by default, and it understood it was an elevation surfaces. And now let me click OK, and now let me get back to my art map here. So in this video I have shown you how to create a tin using a LIDAR data and convert to a raster in ArcGIS and visualize the tin data in ArcScene. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe to our channel and give us a like.